Welcome everyone to our August open group. We are really excited to have you all here today and to start off the 2022-2023 school year off with a bang. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about the best version of you, new year, new you. My name is Emily Giovanelli and I'm a school social worker here with Florida Virtual School. And today we're going to go over a couple of strategies that can help you be the best version of yourself and have a very successful school year. Some of the tips and strategies we're going to discuss today include the importance of setting a routine and getting organized, time management and why it's important. We'll learn how to identify our support systems and stay connected to them. And last but not least, we'll learn how to stay motivated this school year. So you can see our objectives today are to review statistics about virtual learning. We're going to dig into a little data, and then we're going to review strategies to increase our preparedness for this school year. So taking a look here at the data from 2019, 2020, and 2021. It says in 2019, a total of 57 students in the United States were equipped with digital learning tools. 45% were elementary students, 64% were middle school students, and 63% were high school students. Since 2020, 98% of universities have moved to online classes. And in 2021, 75% of schools are planning to operate online. So you can see that virtual learning, especially since the pandemic, is on the rise. There are many different reasons why students choose to attend school online. The benefits of virtual learning include flexibility, more independence, better time management, and improved self-motivation. On the other hand, the cons include more work for students, a high level of self-drive that's needed, and less social interactions. So let's talk a little bit about those tips and strategies to have a successful school year. So the first one here is routines. Creating a routine and doing it every day turns it into a habit. Once your routine becomes a habit, it's more effortless to maintain. Each day can be roughly divided into 3 distinct phases: morning, daytime, and night. Certain routines work best at specific times. So let's take a look at our morning routine. The morning is the start of a new day, and how you kick off that day can affect the rest of your day. Adding a few minutes of extra time before each online learning class begins, so you can arrive feeling prepared rather than rolling just out of bed just in time to log in. So we want to give ourselves those few extra minutes to get ready for our classes. And our afternoon time, the afternoon is when we get most of our work done. So staying productive in the afternoon is really important, but can be a challenge, as we all know. Here are some things we can do to add to our daytime routine to help maintain our workflow. The first thing is to take brain breaks. Go for walks outside to clear your head. Stay hydrated, eat plenty of snacks, and don't forget lunch. The next one is shutting off distractions. Blocking off time every day where you do nothing but work. I know that doesn't sound fun, but it's important. Turn off notifications or silence and turn off your electronics. And lastly, the evening phase. The end of the day for some people is just another time to get work done. While this might work for some of us, it's worth considering a change to your evening routine. The evening is also an excellent time to reflect on the day and think about what went right, wrong, or what was just plain weird. Use the evening to wind down from work and carve out self-care time for you to pursue other interests or company. Some people may love exercising at night, but if it ends up keeping you awake afterward, you may need to reevaluate. Whatever you end up choosing, think about how it will help or hinder you the next day. Of course, with routines, as we know, we have a lot of things that kind of come in and out sometimes that we don't plan for, so it's important to be flexible too. But having a nice routine kind of written up for each day is very helpful. The next one is organization. It's very important to stay organized when learning online. Where you may have been used to teachers telling you to go to class and a bell schedule reminding you when to go, it can be so easy to forget about time and lack structure when you're learning from home. Organization will reduce stress and anxiety as you are completing your work. allowing you to access the materials you need quickly. Some tips to help with staying organized is to have a daily plan about what your day will look like. This can be what materials you have to cover, what subjects you'll study, and what assignments you'll complete. Keep your space, assignments, and materials tidy and organized. Save files to the OneDrive in different folders for each class. You could even use subfolders for assignments or topics. Use notebooks to keep notes and all printed material organized by class, neat and tidy. Some students find it stressful to study 7 subjects daily. An organizational tip that helps ease some of that stress is to create a study plan by grouping certain subjects together. For example, math, history, and English could be done on even days, while science and electives could be done on odd days. Another important tool is to include break times in your plan. This will help keep you on track and cause you not to feel overwhelmed. Time management. One of the biggest obstacles of working and studying from home is the lack of structure. There is no mental and physical distinction between the home and school environment, which makes it hard to focus on the task at hand sometimes. Some helpful tips are to set up a study area. Setting up a specific study area in low traffic areas of the home will provide a sense of control and mental boundaries that will help get you into the flow. Next would be to use those organizational tools. Using planners and online calendars can help you create a weekly plan where you schedule clear blocks of time for schoolwork, physical activities, family meals, social time, and even sleep, as that will always help keep things in balance. The next one would be to schedule and block out time. Scheduling specific times dedicated to your classes and homework each day is really important. Set reminders on your phone to help you stay on track. Track assignments and tests on a calendar. Schedule the time to study for your test. I think that's an important one to remember, scheduling the test and then also scheduling that study time. Carefully estimating homework time for each class and then adding a little extra time in there just for good measure. And last but most certainly not least here is to block out time for play and fun, either with family or friends. And most importantly, don't forget to add sleep to your daily routine. Sleep is a necessary part of your daily routine that will ensure your mind and body are well rested and well balanced and ready to have academic success. Staying connected is huge for virtual learning. Social interaction is important during virtual learning to establish that sense of belonging. In fact, a study shows 71% of students who prefer face-to-face learning felt that a lack of community is one of the biggest challenges in taking online classes. We know that one of the most engaging parts of our school day is interacting with our peers. It is important to have a strong support system, both in school and out, through family, friends, and classmates. Consider creating a group chat or email and meet your friends after class to work together. Many teachers offer office hours too, so it's strongly recommended to reach out and connect with your teachers to discuss schoolwork and any questions or concerns you might have. Even emailing your teacher will help provide you any support you are looking for. To build further accountability and socializing into your day, you can participate in Florida Virtual sponsored clubs and study groups. If you're interested, reach out to your school counselor to get involved in some of those things. The next one that's important and hard to keep is setting limits. With no one monitoring daily activities and projects that aren't due for days or weeks, too many students fall victim to the more immediate and certain consequences associated with sleeping in, socializing, playing video games, and social media. Hearing your phone ping with notifications or having the TV or video games on in the background can definitely distract you from engaging in school. In order to prevent being distracted and falling behind in your classwork, it's important to set limits or boundaries on your electronics. Some helpful tips for this would be to limit or block your internet use. You can put your device in airplane mode to disconnect entirely. There are also many programs and browser extensions that can help you limit your internet access. Remove distractions. Anything that limits the interruptions or temptations caused by technology will help you stay focused on your studies and enter the deep concentration needed for effective learning. You could try any of these. You could turn off your technology during class and study time. You could turn off notifications to your phone. You could put your phone in the other room when you're working on your computer. Or you could use noise canceling headphones or listen to white noise or instrumental music if you're studying in the same room while someone's watching TV. Convert your distractions into rewards. Some distractions are just idle habits. You know, when you just reach for your phone, pick it up, scroll social media, it can be a bad habit, just an idle habit because you're bored. But if you're feeling distracted by something you really want to do, try promising yourself that you'll dedicate your time and attention to the distraction after you finish the task you've set for yourself. For example, you could try a method where you study for 45 minutes, and that would earn you 10 minutes of doing something you enjoy. Promising yourself that you'll watch the next episode of your show after you've finished an assignment may help you focus your efforts in a way that watching the show before working on the assignment might not. Turning off electronics 2 hours before bedtime. This is a big one. Electronics like smartphones and laptops emit artificial blue light that suppresses the release of melatonin. That's the hormone that helps you fall and stay asleep. Not getting enough restorative sleep can negatively impact growth, learning, and mood. Self-motivation. Self-motivation is the ability to drive oneself to take initiative and action to pursue goals and complete tasks. It's an inner drive to take action, to create, and to achieve. It's what pushes you to keep going on tasks, especially those you are pursuing because you want to, not because someone told you to. So how can we motivate ourselves? We can participate in class. The more engaged you are in your classes, the more motivated and successful you will be. Participate in those class discussions. Ask questions if things are unclear. Reach out to your teachers if you need additional support or have further questions. The next one is to plan your goals and set a target date. Be realistic though when setting your target date. Resist the urge to give yourself more time than you'll need. Studies show that we sometimes perceive longer goals as more difficult, even when they're not. This can lead to a greater likelihood of procrastination or quitting. So start small. We want to set simple and achievable goals and then start completing them. Getting started is often the hardest part on a low motivation day, and starting is much easier when the task is small, maybe 5 minutes of studying versus a whole hour. These seemingly small actions can prime your mind for the task at hand, so the follow-through, a longer study session, can happen more naturally with less mental resistance. The next one would be to plan for imperfection. Not every day will go as exactly as planned, and that's okay. Life happens. Sometimes we might lose internet access or get a phone call in the middle of a study session, or we might just feel really stuck on a difficult concept or assignment. We can't predict everything that could happen, but we can predict those obstacles that are likely to happen from time to time based on our unique circumstances. Once you have your list, make a plan for how to handle the obstacle. How can you plan ahead for when your internet goes out? Maybe you could keep a few lecture videos downloaded to your phone or computer for offline access, or you could identify a nearby coffee shop or library that offers free Wi-Fi. Now, when that obstacle pops up, instead of losing motivation and feeling totally deflated, you have a plan in place to keep the momentum going. Keep in mind that for some obstacles, missing your task is a perfectly acceptable plan. Changing your environment. Sometimes a change of scenery can help you approach your task with fresh eyes and a new sense of motivation. This is called the novelty effect, a short-term boost that comes from altering your environment. If you usually study at home, have a session at your local library. Do you always watch lecture videos on your computer? Try downloading them to your phone and watch outside in the park. Do you usually study alone? Join a study group. Another big one is to practice gratitude. Feelings of gratitude can motivate self-improvement. They can make us feel connected to others or part of a team. It can enhance motivation across time beyond the duration of the gratitude practice. It can induce a sense of wanting to give back. Practicing gratitude can improve physical and mental health as well as sleep. There are more than one ways to foster an attitude of gratitude. Spend the first 5 minutes after you wake up going through all the things you feel grateful for. Better yet, write them down in a gratitude journal. Is there someone in your life you're particularly grateful for? Write them a letter expressing your thanks. And do some mood lifting. A good mood has been linked to increased productivity and improvement in both quality and quantity of work. This doesn't mean that you have to be positive all the time. That's not realistic. But if you're feeling sluggish about working toward your goal, a quick mood lift could be enough to get you started. To boost your mood, you could, I don't know, spend some time with your support system, with family and friends, doing things you enjoy, maybe spending some time in nature, or at least getting some sunlight. That always helps. You could look at some cute pictures or videos of animals online. You could watch funny videos on YouTube. I love doing that. Or you could exercise. So all of these things will increase self-motivation. That concludes our presentation today, everyone. I want to thank you again so much for coming. If you have any questions at all, you can reach out to us at studentservices@flvs.net. That is our email address. But thanks again for joining us, and we hope you have an amazing school year.